What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Benny and Steve Show.
Back at you. While you're here, like and subscribe the video. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. Thank you.
Yeah, Benny's back again. Back again, Benny.
What do you got for us, Benny?
Well, today we're going to start off by the good old BBL.
BBL.
Yeah, everybody.
It's like the thing to do right now.
Everybody here with the BBL?
Yeah, hell
the
yeah.
Brazilian.
Shout out to the BBL.
The Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, actually.
You're not a fan of doing it, but some of them are nice to look at if they're done properly, you know?
Sometimes they go overboard and they're like, oh, what is that?
Well, that all depends also on the surgeon, no?
It probably also depends on the other person's taste, too, what they want.
True that.
But I'm no fan.
If they want a super big bubble or a medium bubble, you know?
So tell us about this Brazilian Quelo lift.
All right, so the Brazilian booty lift, first of all, has nothing to do with the Brazilian culture.
No?
No.
Oh,
so
okay.
why it's Brazilian, they named it is because the first person to do it was a Brazilian doctor.
Okay,
So
all right.
I guess they give credit to him. Other than that, it has nothing to do with the culture. And so, you know, it's becoming a trend where, you know, whether females or even men do it.
Yeah,
nowadays,
some
anything,
men who lack self-confidence.
anything goes nowadays. Next thing you know, animals are going to be getting butt lift.
Everyone's actually a candidate.
Butt lift for my poodle. You know, so you never know, man. This the clown world that we're in just gets crazier and crazier by the day.
So what is it? It's a fat transfer, right?
Well, it's basically that's what it is. You take fat from other parts of your body, like your thighs, your hips, your love handles, you know, your belly, and they transferred it in your ass, basically.
Yeah, to the subcutaneous tissue, because you're really not supposed to go too deep under the muscle. That's where the problems occur.
Right. Now, also, I want to say there's a difference between the Brazilian butt lift and butt implants. So, you know, they're two different things. Yeah. Although they both enhance the booty, they're two different procedures.
One is natural. You're using the fat from your own body. And the other one is like a silicone piece of plastic.
Silicone implant. And I'm sure probably the fat, you know, I'm not no doctor, but I'm sure the fat could be sculpted and molded better. And
Think of a stick of butter.
Yeah, it's more like a real feel. The Brazilian. Yeah, that's what I read. It's more like a real feel.
Right.
So
I've heard
stories
like horror stories where they're using raw silicone and cement to fill up these booties.
Yeah, you know, it's becoming it's known as one of the
deadliest cosmetic surgeries.
Right, deadly cosmetic.
It's like one out of every 3,000 surgeries goes tragically wrong.
Right. But so the reason why the BBL could become deadly is because if you transplant the fat too deep into the muscle.
Yeah, into or under the muscle.
Right.
You can get a fat embolism.
Yeah, you're going into a vessel and you get the fat. It's basically an embolism is like a blood clot. So if you get a blood clot, there goes, you're
in big trouble. Call 911.
But you know what? People are crazy. They'll do anything to look good. So even if they risk death. So
a lot of these crazy people you speak of tend to be mothers who just had children and want to get that mommy makeover surgery, which entails liposuction, a breast augmentation, and the BBL. Yeah. So they go for all three.
I mean, if I was a girl,
it's like $20,000 or more.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't go for it. If I was a girl, the only thing Brazilian I would do is a Brazilian wax, you know? But you got to keep it. It's also, once you get it done, it's maintenance.
You're supposed to get like a tune-up and get it done again like every 10 years.
You know, it's like getting, what do you call it? Botox in your buttocks.
Botox in the buttocks.
But, you know, it's maintenance. It's maintenance. Just because they think they get that, you're done. Oh, that's it. I'm going to look good forever.
I hear them say that the most painful part is like the liposuction part, actually, more than butt injections.
Who the hell
it feels
knows,
like that you do 10,000 crunches or something like that. They were saying,
Oh, well. I'll let you know how it feels when I get one. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. You got this guy in Japan. Have you heard of him? The guy that walks around like a collie.
Mr. Toko. His name is Toko.
Toko the man dog.
Sick. My opinion.
Yeah. I think he's got issues. He's been wanting to do this since he was a kid. Always wanted to be an animal.
Yeah. But is Toko like his dog name or is
It's a good question. Is it his real name or that, like, come Toko? Come here, Toko.
Like, sort of like Toto. Remember Toto from The Wizard of Oz?
But this guy spent roughly 2 million yen
Roughly.
on this costume, which is, I don't know, the equivalent
Anywhere
of
from like 15,
20,000. They say he
20
paid.
grand.
I don't know, but when you equate 2 million yen, it's less than that. So I don't know. It took 40 days to make this costume. It was made by Zeppit.com.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Custom collie costume.
You think it's made from like real dog hair? I mean, like what?
I would think not. I'm just going to go with a guess and say no, but it certainly looks like it is.
I mean,
they did a very good job.
Very good job on the costume.
Shout out to Zeppit.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job. But, that 20,000, if I were him, I would have spent it on therapy or something, because anybody walking around like that, acting like a dog, rolling over, being walked.
Yeah, who's walking them? It's a female, I believe. They never show the face,
who the hell
but I
knows?
think you see the hands and,
Yeah, two nut jobs.
So now, is that like his sister, his girlfriend, his mother? Like, how deep does this go? Him and his mom are doing this?
Yeah, whoever it is.
Him and his wife?
Could be anybody, you're right.
It's
It could be
certainly a
anybody.
unique passion, and by all means, everybody has the right to express themselves. I, on my personal opinion of it, think it's extremely strange and weird. And
It's definitely weird. And that's why he doesn't really show his face, because of all the backlash that he's getting.
he's worried about backlash.
Everybody thinks
so he
it's weird.
understands in his own mind that it's weird.
We're giving this guy backlash right now. So he knows it's weird and crazy. It's more like a fetish.
Walking around on all fours has got to be, very uncomfortable, to say the least.
You want to dress up in a costume, that's what Halloween is for. Comes once a year. Mm-hmm. You want to be a dog on Halloween? Okay, that's acceptable. But just in the middle of the week, I'm gonna walk around on Wednesdays.
And
walk around Wednesdays.
And why is he on a leash? He's not a real wild dog. Is he gonna run in front of traffic and get hit by a car? You got to keep him on a leash.
I guess he's gonna go through baby steps. First, he's got to be, in training on the leash.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's this whole overkin community where people think they're animals, and it just so happens that Toko has got the best. Toko has got the best costume. That's really what it is. He's the newest with the best costume. It's like how special effects get better and better in movies. His costume's the best at this point.
Well, from what we saw, yeah, he's got the best costume.
There's kids around here. There's a kid in the school, I don't know, 14, 15, 16 years old. It's a high school around here that he walks around thinking he's a cat.
Yeah, well,
so
I don't know.
He's Toku the dog, and this kid's a cat. I saw something else online where the guy thinks he's a Dalmatian puppy. He puts on the whole suit just like Toku, just, not as advanced, the suit.
How do you regulate this? It's a fine line. You can't tell people how to act. I mean, they're entitled to act the way they want, but at some point you got to realize that you're acting a damn fool.
But yeah, nobody shames anybody anymore. You're the wrong one for shaming somebody.
And then not only that, you kind of alter little adolescent minds that are not developed yet. They think that this behavior is normal. And then they start copying it. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I want to be a bird. I want to be a little donkey.
But
hold
on. Who didn't say at one point when they were a little kid, I want to be a bird. I wish I could fly.
Yeah, but again,
most people don't have, a mental problem. I don't know any other way to put it, that they realize, all right, I'll never be a bird and I'm a human. And they move along. Some people get stuck as
As
that
a
bird.
child, it's okay to have a fantasy. Like I said, your little adolescent mind, you're not developed yet. But by now, I'm sure you're an adult. You got to realize at some point that it's ridiculous acting like that.
I think it's ridiculous.
What about, did he ever think of what if another dog contested him and bit him?
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
that's when he'll learn his lesson. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess let me give up acting like a dog.
Speaking of that, you ever see the guys that dressed up as like a lion in the safari and went running?
No.
And it's like a cheesy, goofy lion suit, too.
Oh, yes, I did. And the real lion
the real
chased
lions
him.
attacked them.
Yeah, bro.
Yep,
So
yeah.
you're going to do when you got a pit bull or a
Anyway,
Rottweiler.
if you want to check Toko out, you can find them on YouTube at I Want to Be an Animal. Check them out.
Yeah, well.
Come back, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of this guy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well, I wouldn't ever act like a fucking animal. But in this world, you could act like and be whoever the hell you want, baby.
Yeah, well, this little kid Neon is trying to be a tough guy all over the internet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he's also getting repercussions. What's his real name? Rangesh Mutama.
That's his real name?
Yeah, Rangesh.
Oh, wow, I didn't know. He's a kick streamer, gamer. He's been doing it for quite some time. Has amassed almost a small fortune.
Yeah.
Somewhere between $1 million and $5 million.
Yep. Being a gaming producer, video game player online.
Yeah. That's
where
it. Playing video games online. People love it.
But also, if you think about it, that's why he acts the way he acts. In my opinion.
Yeah, he's been really coming out of his mouth. Popping off on Adam 22, Lena the Plug, Andrew Tate, and many more.
But listen, yeah, he's been controversial. But why do you think he's been controversial? Because he's basically, you've been on video games your whole life. He's about 19, 20 years old, this kid. Well, he's not a kid, but...
Young man.
He's a young man. He's a kid to us. We're 45 years old, but whatever it is, I believe he's been trapped in his room, always playing video games, and you're not dealing with the social world. Your life,
interactions with the real world.
Your life is online on the internet, so you don't know how to act in real life in public. You don't know how to conduct yourself. So there's repercussions to act the way he acts. So everybody, he's on the keyboard.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Keyboard commando.
Keyboard commando over there. Recently got his mouth in trouble. It caught up with him.
There's
he got
so
jumped.
many terms for that. Keyboard killer.
Yeah.
Back in our days, it was, it was almost the equivalent to a telephone tough guy.
Yep.
Everybody was tough on the phone. Whatever you had to say, you're a maniac killer over the phone. But then when you would see the person in face to face, you cower down. Why? Because there's repercussions. You get a slap if you say half the things he said.
And that's what happened to him.
So
he wound up getting jumped.
Eventually, this kid got jumped.
They took his phone. They took his sneakers. They, bullied him around a little bit.
But now, in my opinion, I don't know if this stuff is staged or not. This kid, it may be his niche, his spiel. This is what he does. He acts a fool. He acts like a punk. So I don't know. I don't know.
It looked pretty real to me.
That's kind of like his act, and that causes controversy. Controversy causes revenue, and this kid's laughing all the way to the bank. So
since he got jumped, he came out with the video calling himself a joke and a disgrace, and what the fuck was I doing? I was being a horrible person, and blah blah blah. You may never see me on YouTube again. He was embarrassed. He's embarrassed. So that's what leads me to believe that it wasn't staged.
Wow. Supposedly he was embarrassed. Who knows if it's sincere?
Well,
and also Mr. Bugatti boy is
Andrew
jumping
Tate
in.
is being sincere.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
I guess he wants to try to help this guy if he is sincere.
He offered to take Neon under his wing, train him, and basically teach him how to be a better man, how to become a man, because right now he's a little boy who doesn't know how to do anything in society other than play video games and talk shit.
With that being said, speaking of man, does he have a father in his life?
I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody really knows his background and his family background.
Call him up, find out.
Let's
get him on the air.
I don't know. But Anyway, that's the story with Mr. N3ON.
N3ON, shout out to N3ON. I hope you
Shout out to
grow
N3ON.
and develop as a person.
Yeah, if you're sincere and you need help, hopefully Mr. Take could help you out, my friend.
Yeah, man.
And that's all we got for you today, folks.
Like the video.
Like
subscribe
the
to
video
the channel.
and subscribe.
And we'll see you again soon.
We'll see you on the next one, everybody.
Peace.
Peace out. Have a good day.